Hey YouTubers and makeup lovers, this is Michael Scott coming at you. And today I'm going to do an eye. Basically it's called Oil Slick. I was looking around to see how the Oil Slick lipstick had shown up on other makeup bloggers and whatnot on Google, and I actually came across pictures, obviously, of oil slicks, and as horrible as those are to our environment, which they really are just god-awful, especially the BH one. Like, I will never get gas from a BH gas station or support BH. Is it BH? BP. British Petroleum. Support British Petroleum in any way, shape, or form after that one. But in any event, oil slicks can be extremely beautiful because they have, you know, the whole rainbow of colors in them. And there was a young lady who did a look based on an oil slick. So I thought I'd go ahead and just try and kind of duplicate that look. So what I'm doing is first I'm just starting out with primer potion. So get you a good layer of primer potion down, and then I'm looking for a black crayon pencil. There it is. This thing right here, it's actually a leftover from Halloween stuff, but it's called Fantasy Makers Crayon Pour Liqueur Enchanting Body Crayon. And so we're just going to get this all over the lid. And I have seen and used this technique before. It's one of those where you basically get black all over your lid and then do all your colors on top of them. Because believe it or not, black can actually help enhance some colors. So just blend that out with your finger. As best you can. Mine is already a bit of a mess, but that's okay. Might be time to break into my mouth wipes. I just want to clean up any excess that may have gotten down below. Even though I am going to put color down below, but I want that a little more controlled. So I'm just going to grab this pencil here. And while this is a little fluffy, just be real careful on how you're applying it. And you should be fine if you're needing to use a really fluffy brush. And then I'll just blend a little additionally with this brush. I'm just going to kind of connect that side to make sure it's okay. Okay, so I'm going to pretty much, I just watched her tutorial and I'm going to pretty much follow it almost exactly. She did use Coastal Scents. I'm actually going to go into my Metal Mania Coastal Scents palette though. And we're going to start out with like a golden orange type color. So we're going to choose one of those two. And I'm going to use this smaller lip brush just because it's going to help me keep the powders kind of right where I want them. Because there's about 4 colors that are blending into this. So we're starting out with like a yellow gold type color. And then we're going to move into a green. Now in this Metal Mania there's really only a couple greens, but I'm going to use that one right there. So we're going to take that one next. Got it like so. Then we're going to go into an orange, which this doesn't have a lot of orange either. It's kind of funny. These are just such off colors. It seems like it has a lot of oranges, but they're not true oranges, so it's going to be one of these two colors here that I'm going to use. I'll probably use the bottom one, so it looks like I've already used that one before. Ooh, I've got the shakes a little bit. You notice that? It's from my inhaler. I have asthma, so sometimes I need to use my inhaler and my rescue inhaler. And boy, when I do, it gives me the real bad shakes. So now we're going to go into a purple, and I'm probably going to choose this one right here, a darker one. Or I guess a medium, mid-tone purple. But I just was really impressed with this look, how she had really captured the look of an oil slick. It's one of those things that you look at and you know, you're usually just overcome with horror when you're seeing them, at least in nature. Or if you're seeing it on your driveway, you're like, oh my god, I gotta get that cleaned up. But you know, she took the time to see the beauty of it, and I applaud that. And the eye did come out really beautiful. So I'm just looking for a blending brush. I'm covering my hair a little bit because I know it's a big old mess this morning. Come on, light. Alright, so grab a blender. I'm going to start just blending on the top. And then just gently blend in between each of the colors. Just wanting to do it real gently. I don't want to overtake any color. Like, as of now, the orange is pretty much gone. I don't know how, but we're going to reapply it. Mine is definitely a little different. I don't want to say she started with like the burnt orange, then went into green, and then she went into blue and then purple. Whereas I'm doing yellow, green, orange, and purple. So it's definitely a little bit different, but we all are. So and back into your purple. Oh, it's kind of hard to blend right now with my hand shaking. So there we go. It's just, I'm really wanting to transfer that purple. So what I'm going to do, right there. So I'm going to go into my Ben Nye Amethyst from Ben Nye, and I'm going to use that as my purple because I know it's a really well pigmented one. I mean, not that the BH isn't, but it's just, it's getting a little bit lost. Alright, I'm going to wipe off this blender brush And a clean cloth. And we're actually going to duplicate that entire process on the bottom. You just need to make sure you're wiping this brush off in between or using different brushes. Alright, back into our green. Use this one. There we go. And then the yellow gold. And so we kind of got the basic outlines for that. Now I'm wanting to kind of boost up that orange, so I'm going to go into NYX. Because I'm loving NYX, I think that's going to be like my third in hot orange. I think that's going to be like my third product. You know, it'll be MAC, Lorac, and NYX to be my stuff that I base. But I mean, I'm going to have a lot of different stuff in my kit, but NYX has a lot of great products. You know, they did sponsor RuPaul's Drag Race a couple seasons ago, which I was surprised to see. But I've just got to say, and at that time, and maybe leading up to that, I wasn't the biggest fan of NYX. I was thinking, oh, it's more of a tween product. It's really full of glitters and blah blah blah. But they've changed, and they've really amped up their game. I know I said that a lot, so hopefully you'll listen. So now you just need to go into a black, and I'm going to go into a matte black. That one's empty, so let's just use carbon. A couple little itty bitty bitty bitty. And go right along the top and just go ahead and blend it out with whatever you've got left on the brush. You just wanted to pick up a tiny bit of it. If you need to do little blends along the way, feel free to. God, even my voice is shaky. I hate when I get a bad asthma attack. Although I'm fearful that I might be catching another flipping cold. I cannot wait for my brush guards to come. They did ship this morning. I've seen that. Alright, so we're going to do my little technique, and Goss uses it. I'm finding a lot of makeup artists use it. Just to clean it up and just line up like so. think we're good. And I'm gonna grab. Oh, great. This fake 217. It's actually the 219. Just do a little bit of blending there. But I want to make sure that all colors are individually vibrant. Let's do a smidge of mylar on top. So my package did not arrive yesterday. I expected one. I'm so frustrated. This was ordered on February 2nd to be for Valentine's and my birthday a little bit, but more Valentine's. I'm still waiting for it. And this is a very popular men's clothing company. Alright, so we got it like so. And this is, there's definitely a lot of shimmer going on, but I'm not as soured on shimmers right now, and that really has to do with NYX. And, fake brushes. That's the one thing about these fake brushes that I don't like and I hate. So, your best friend when it comes to this is Gorilla Glue. Gorilla Glue and, one of those binder clips. I'm sure you all know what I'm talking about. I think I have one right here. Gorilla Glue that puppy on there, and then Gorilla Glue has a tendency to expand, so I just put a clip on there, but you don't want a glue to clip on. So, but Gorilla Glue is one of your best friends. Alright, so let's grab a black liner. We're going to try Penultimate today. See how it's just barely getting any color down. And I love Max. I really, really wanted to love the Penultimate liner, but when you're doing it straight on like this, it really catches and pulls the skin, which is unfortunate. And you see, it should be so easy to do your waterline with this. And it's just not laying hardly any products down. Unless you're really kind of pressing firm on it, which, I don't like to do. That's why I wished it had the little spring-loaded, like the Stila and the Rock one have. You'll notice when you go to push it, it pushes back. That's applying more product to the pen as you're pulling it out. So, yeah. Okay, so this kind of is the Oil Slick eye, and this all came about because of my Oil Slick lipstick, which I guess I could have put it in my lipstick bag last night. Yeah, it came about because I was looking. I just wanted to see how Oil Slick lipstick was looking on other people, to see if it's in fact as sheer, or if it's a little bit darker on others, but no, it's about the same. So this all came out from this. And then one other thing I kind of wanted to touch on was repairing broken or broken like blushes from MAC. I had this one, I've had it for probably 2 years. It's been in the bottom drawer of my 3 little caddies here, and I haven't used it, I haven't done anything with it. I just left it down there because it was broken, and every time I touched it, it was just like an explosion of powder. So yesterday, or a couple days ago, when I reorganized everything, I pulled it out and put it in a plastic bag. And then yesterday, I was kind of going through and starting to get my blushes organized, and I thought, well, why don't I try that rubbing alcohol technique on this one? However, I'm not really going to be able to do a lot of pressing down because so much of the product has gone. So I just kind of put a lot of rubbing alcohol in there. Left it open overnight. I did use a little plastic lid to kind of stir and push a little bit, but I wanted to leave as much of the product in there as possible. And so there is a really, really great repaired Flirt and Tease Sheer Tone Shimmer Blush. So let's just do a quick little application of it for you guys. The alcohol absolutely, absolutely worked. And, you know, with this one, like the other ones, I broke them when they were, like, right away brand new. And so, you know, I took, like, a plastic bag and just pushed down on the product to try and get it all back in. And it worked fine for those. This one I was worried because there wasn't much product in, but I really wanted to save what was there. And as you can see, I easily accomplished that. I just made there was actually a lot of alcohol in there when it came down to it. It was kind of floating around. So I just left it open like so, set it off to the side, and when I came out this morning, boom, I've got a nice, beautiful blush ready to use, pressed, and doesn't, you know, make a god-awful mess every time I go to pull it out. And so that's Flirt and Tease, a little heavy, but, you know, you can always fix that. I'm not really wearing any base or anything, so we'll just shear it down with another brush. But, so yeah, there is, you know, my interpretation or my vision of that oil slick eye. I did yellow, green, rust, purple, and started on top of a black liquid cream, or black cream, liquid cream, a black cream. Look at that penultimate, how it left right there. Frustrating. And it's just, oh, it just leaves so much to be desired. I'm just surprised MAC would release something like that. And they released it in a couple lines. I want to say it was released, I don't even remember which line it was released in. Archie's, no, not Archie's Girls, because it had special packaging. But it was released in a line, and it was at around Halloween when I needed it to do the Dia de los Muertos face. I was needing it to draw the spirals and all that stuff. And of course, when it came out in that temporary or that limited line, it sold out. Like, everybody didn't know MAC had a penultimate eyeliner. So yeah, I ended up having to go to Stila at that time, and I absolutely love Stila as a result of it. So, you know, MAC kind of hurt themselves with that. But yeah, there is, my light's going out, everything's just wonky. Just kind of a fun little eye. It's based on Oil Slick. There's a girl, like I said, that has a tutorial on here called Oil Slick. Mine started because I wanted to see how the Oil Slick lipstick looked on other people. It almost shows up more like a dark see-through purple on the lips. You know, and if you keep layering it, you might get it to be like a dark gray almost, but it's definitely not black like you would think that it is. And it doesn't have reflective qualities of like a true Oil Slick, which would be you know, the rainbow of colors. You get rusts and orange and purple and yellow, and you get all those colors in an oil slick, which is more prominent in the eye. And then I just thought I'd rock the oil slick lipstick to kind of go along with it. So there it is. There is my interpretation of, I want to say Curtsies and Bows is her name. Her name is Ronnie. It is Bowsandcurtsies.blogspot.com, and then Bowsandcurtsies, I think, is her YouTube channel. She does an amazing job with this. I actually like the blue going into the purple better than I do the orange, but it's still a pretty decent eye. So that's it for this one, guys. This is Michael Scott saying have fun, and have fun with your makeup. Bye!